Hey, Kerry Grinkmeyer with Best of U.S. Homes, Keller Williams in Birmingham, Alabama. Wanted to share with you today something that I've done a couple of times, and I've decided to kind of formalize it and share it with my most wanted list. Now, again, I try to market to the smallest viable market. So I have 100 people that I have selected that I want to get their listings. And in prior videos, I've gone into how I created that. So go back and look for that. So what I decided I was going to do was share with them what I call the formula for selling your luxury home in 2019. It's actually a 4-page letter that I have compiled that I sent to my 100 most wanted. And what I do is I address it personally. I use mail merge and basically go through. I start with the numbers. The Realtor.com tells us that 58% of people who buy a new home buy a home within 3-mile radius of their home. 20% come from outside that 3-mile radius, but within the same state, and 22% come from out of state. These are all factual numbers. And then I go on to explain how I bring those people into a target market by going in and pulling up through MLS those people who have bought a house more than 6 years ago in certain neighborhoods, in certain price ranges. Then I match them with their tax records, so I end up with their name, their address, and the value of the home they have. I then enter this into a Facebook custom audience. I enter it into my YouTube channel custom audience, and I basically market to them. And then I go into how I use Zillow and Trula. I go into how I create a video, both a 8-minute video, a walk and talk through the house, and then a 30-second video that I can use as a teaser on both Facebook or LinkedIn or any of the other channels. And then I explain, okay, after we understand the numbers and understand who our market is, how we market to those people through the various social media channels, as well as then showing up for the showings. And I really believe strongly in this, that if I can get to the showing, I'm better prepared to sell that house than the buyer's agent. I also learn who the potential buyer is, and I basically will market to them if they don't sell, if the buyer's agent doesn't sell a house. I cover all this very extensively in my new book. This just was published a week ago, and on page 38 I go through, 35 through 88, I go through the details of a formula for selling your luxury homes. I believe very, very strongly that if you're going to be successful in this business, you've got to have a process. You've got to have a system and a process that brings you success. And then you have to stay on that system on a day-to-day basis. I send some form of letter to my most wanted list once a month. And it stays about 100. So I'm going to spend 57 cents to put my name in front of the people I want to market to in a manner that I think sets myself apart from every other agent in the community. If I do that often enough, and if then I supplement that once a month with Facebook advertising that they also see, with LinkedIn advertising that they also see, that direct or email that they also see, eventually, particularly if they're having difficulty selling their home, they're going to pick up the phone and they're going to call me. And I'm going to get an opportunity to explain this formula in detail directly to them and applicable to their house. Now, do I also recognize that sometimes people have their houses overpriced? Of course I do. But you and I both know that often when you have a luxury home, it's the second or third agent that ends up selling it because the homeowner comes into the realization that they've not priced their house properly. I believe that I have covered, and I will cover, in addition, everything you need to know relative to social media to build your business. I'm leaving next week. I'll leave Wednesday, and I'll go to the social media marketing world out in San Diego, where the best minds in social media will meet, and I'm going to focus on YouTube. I started my YouTube channel about 6 months ago, and I've built my followings up to over 200 subscribers. I get about 150 hours of viewership every month, with somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 people coming to the YouTube channel. And I believe in my heart, this is what's going to take me to the next level. Right now, I'm a single proprietor, and I'm on pace to do somewhere between $15 and $17 million a year this year, and that's really comfortable for me. You can do the math. It gives me a pretty decent income. I get a lot of leads off of my Real Geeks that are looking for $200,000 and $300,000 homes. I need to find somebody that can help me with that, and I'll work into that. But where I want to be is in Birmingham, is the $1 million home or more. Pick up the book. It's on Amazon.com. It's a pretty easy read, and I think it will enlighten you and point you in a direction that you can build your business effectively using social media. And the beauty of social media is that it is very targetable. I only have to have 100 people that I can market to. I have the smallest viable market. I don't have to use TV. I don't have to do what the lawyers have to do now, spending millions of dollars a month on getting accident victims. I know who I want to market to. I know a way to help them. And through social media, I can deliver that message and separate myself from everybody else in the business. So pick up the book. It's on Amazon.com, and learn more about my formula for selling luxury homes in Birmingham in 2019. Okay, that's my ditty for the week. And probably won't get anything out next week because I'll be in San Diego. But good selling, and let's get together on this. Take care.